the leader of the Liberal Party, and I'll let him introduce himself. Go ahead, John.
Thanks, Sean. I'm John Fraser. I'm the interim leader of the Ontario Liberal Party, and I'm really happy to be here. It's been a while since we've been able to have a celebration of the Chinese New Year like this with so many people, so I'm so excited about it. It's because we elected 5 new members, and members like Jonathan, that we're able to reach out to the community in a way that we haven't been able to for a number of years. Really important to us. And this, of course, is the year of the Firehorse, which means change and connecting. But importantly for us, it's about moving forward decisively. And that's what we're doing as a party. We're going to have a leadership race. We know it's going to be November 21st. And we're going to be saying to Ontarians, all Ontarians, come join us. Come choose the new leader. Come tell us what's important to you. Let us hear your voices. It's very, very important to us. You know, right now in Ontario, it's important that we know we're all in this together. And I've heard from times some of the Premier's comments about the community, this community, other communities, and they're not helpful. The only way forward is together, decisively, and I'm happy to take any questions that you might have.
Okay, so as you just mentioned, the premier said something that the Chinese community may be concerned because he said all the Chinese EV cars are the spy cars. What do you comment about on that?
I think that that's propagating a stereotype. I think that if, as you know, I'm not a member of the community. If I were, that's how I'd feel. That the premier would say that. The premier is a leader of everybody, right? And here in Ontario, everybody is the Chinese community, European community, right? South Asian community. In my riding, families from 125 countries, more than 125 countries of origin, they identify with, speaking more than 100 languages. That's Ontario, right? So we all have to treat each other with respect, be thoughtful, think about what we say. It's very important because everybody belongs. And when you say things that hurt, and people feel like they don't belong. And in particular, the Chinese community, for more than a century, has contributed greatly to this province, to this nation. And I will say those marks were very unfortunate. And, you know, I think there should be some redress or an apology, but a recognition that maybe wasn't the right thing to do.
Okay, so the Conservative Party is in power for a pretty long time already, and now they are the majority. So it seems that the Liberal is still is not even a official opposition party. So how long time do you think that the Liberal Party will be in power and defeat the Conservative Party?
The next election. We can do that in the next election. If we're working hard. Ontarians are tired. They know that life's harder. It's more difficult. It's more expensive. And the premier spends most of his time saying, it's all okay. Don't worry, it's good. I've been doing all these good things. I'm building all these things. Don't worry, things are good. Well, we know they aren't good because they don't feel good. The things that are important to families, like their health care, having a family doctor, supporting students in post-secondary education. Right? They just said to families and students, education, we're going to make it harder for you. We're going to make it more worrisome for you by changing OSAL and making it harder for students and their families to financially achieve that at a time when life's already hard. We don't believe that's not the right thing to do. Education, highly trained, highly skilled, healthy people are the most important thing in the global economy. They're the most valued thing in the global economy. And it's the wrong thing to do to cut post-secondary support and to cut the support to our universities and colleges. Because we all know many of us have children. We work hard from the time from birth, but from junior kindergarten to grade 12 to get them there. And then sometimes we financially support them, and we don't want them to have a burden. And the government's just said, no, it's going to be hard for you now. So the government is not doing these things that really make life easier for people. And with my colleagues like John, and you'll meet a number of people tonight, we're going to work hard. We're going to have a leadership race. We're going to elect a new leader. And our leadership race is about Ontarians. It'll be about the candidates, but more importantly, it's about Ontarians and Liberal members. Come on in. Join us. Tell us what's important to you. Let us hear your voice. Right? Be part of the change. That's the invitation to all Ontarians. And tonight we're here with the Chinese community, and that's our invitation. Please come join us.
So will you join the race for the leadership and lead the Liberal to win the next election?
I'm the interim leader, so my job is to make sure that we have a good race that invites new members in, that it's a fair race. So I have to be neutral, and for me, I'm excited about that. Personally, I'm 67 now. I have 3 grandkids. So some of you have grandchildren here, and they're better than children. They're better than your kids. But you have to have kids to have grandchildren. And the most important thing to me is that my grandchildren remember me as someone they could come and see when they were 17 or 18 or 25 or 27, and that I was the person who was there, not the person who was there. Thank you.
So I just got a few questions as a university student. So what kind of change you would like to see in Ontario education system in next few years?
So post-secondary in terms of college and university, or all the way through, or
Maybe more focus for the college, university.
okay,
Okay.
just one post-secondary.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. First of all, we have to fix OSAP ASAP. We have to reverse what the government did. Every student, all right? We need to be supporting students, not making it harder for them. So changing the grants to loans needs to be changed back. And then we have to, as a party, we have to look at what better ways can we do to support students. And we've done that in the past. This is not the first change support government has made. When they first came in, they cut support. They reduced the ability for families. They starved. They starved colleges and universities. And even the funding they gave, although they said, it's historic and generational, it's not enough. It's actually, if you look in real dollars, about 35% less than we did in 2005. So, and it's not just because we want to be good to students and their families, but it's because it's a smart thing to do to be competitive. So there's so many reasons to do that. And that's something you're going to hear us talk a lot about in our schools under the primary and secondary schools. We need smaller class sizes, more support for children with exceptional needs. And we have a mental health crisis in our schools that needs to be addressed. And we also have to address the issue of artificial intelligence. Right? We have to make sure that our students are prepared to know that they have a new tool and that it's used as a tool, and they know the risks and the benefits with it, because we know their risks now. So, and at colleges and universities, the same thing is true. How are we going to empower students to use this new technology so that we can be more competitive and people can be prosperous and contribute greatly to our society?
And what do you think? How can the parents be better protect workers' rights in today's environment job?
Well, just in terms of workers' rights, You know, for instance, I know like a group of workers who work in mostly women, PSWs, sometimes RPNs and nurses, and other workers who work in retirement homes and group homes. Well, they're not properly covered by WSIB. But if you do the same kind of work in a long-term care home, you're fully covered. Those workers don't make a lot of money, and sometimes they have to work 2 or 3 jobs. So there's even more risk for them because they don't get covered. That's just an example of what we have to do to support workers. The gig economy, there's a lot of large corporations that are trying to take advantage, right, of the leverage they have on people, you know, whether it's food delivery or Uber. And so, you know, the government's talked about doing certain things with that, but hasn't really done enough to adapt to the new economy. You know, it's funny. Peter the other day said he was upset that he couldn't go